Hey guys, how are you? Happy lunchtime. What's going on, y'all? Okay, let me get myself together here. Okay. All right, guys. So I was doing some research. Oh, I forgot to mention it's members and mods. I think I told you guys on Monday. I feel like I told you guys 2 weeks ago. We were getting back to, I don't know what happened. Um, since the holidays, we kind of slipped out of members and mods, and it's been since. And which holidays are you asking about? It wasn't Easter, girl. It was all the way back to Christmas. Okay. You guys know it's Wednesday. It's members. It's mods. Okay. You do have options. You can go on over to Facebook if you like. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everybody over on Facebook. What's my Facebook? Real Talk Bougie. Same thing, just plug it in the same. It's nothing different. It's not Joe's Towing. It's Real Talk Bougie. So you got options. If you want to chat, you can go on over to Facebook. You can run it through on a super. You're welcome to send me cash out, however you like. If you want to drop a comment, do whatever you'd like to do. And you can also flex your membership option. Okay. But yeah, we're back on some Wednesdays, members and mods. It's been a minute and we're back. Okay. We're back like we never left. Rakia, thank you for renewing. Thank you, sis. I appreciate you so much. I don't know why, but it's hard to renew my membership after over a year. I don't know why, but had to renew my membership. I'm not sure. That's you know what? That's I'm not sure. Um so yeah, I'm not sure either. But I appreciate that you did. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Let me try to clear this away. Okay. All right, let's get into it, guys. I was doing some research last night and look at everybody. Look at Green Chat, okay? Look at Green. Okay, look at Facebook. So yes, guys, you have options. Don't forget you got an option. You can come through on Facebook, okay? Let me drop the member join link just in case anybody is so inclined to want to come through. Um, let me get the member join link. But yeah, I was doing research last night and I was like, oh, okay, I figured it out. You guys were asking. So yesterday we got, so, okay, number one of you guys asked about the Smokey Robinson lawsuit. I did get the complaint. We will talk about it. It's crazy. Cause Sir is definitely he's an elder. He's an elder to the elders. He's certainly a elder gentleman, an elder in the music industry. It's kind of crazy to hear that Smokey is having this trouble at 85 years old. I think, but okay. You know what I'm saying? No tea, no shade. It's like, wow. Okay. All right, let me drop this link in case anybody wants to come through. This is the member join link. I wish I would have put member join link on here. Member join link. Okay, that's number one. Let me pin that. All right, let me pin. I thought I could pin this. But no, that's not what I want. Okay, let me pin it from this side. All right, so some of you guys were asking me about that. So I did get the lawsuit complaint information. I guess we'll talk about that a little bit. So give me just a second, and then I want to talk about something with Nesto that we talked about yesterday. Some of you guys, oh, so annoying. My monitor's not populating. Is it gonna? Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. It didn't want to populate for a second, but it just did. Okay. Um, some of you guys were pointing out, okay, so we did bust Sonya in a lie yesterday. Sonya said she left Atlanta in the text messages, but clearly we know that she's still in Atlanta because she was still babysitting, right? And the baby lives in Atlanta. So if you're gone from the Atlanta metro, whatever. I mean, I don't she's ridiculous. Anyway, some of you guys were asking about Roberto and his leave of absence. And I wanted to go back to that really quick and then also tell you what I found out and what I heard. Some of you guys might already know this, but I don't. I don't know. No one told me. So I had to find out yesterday on my own, and that's cool. Let me see. Is this what I was? No. One second. How did I make it all this way today and not organized? I thought I had everything lined up. Um I'm like, where did I download this last night? This is what happens when I do research like late and I'm just like, okay, download, download, download. Okay, all right, I put it in here. Okay. Uh, all right, this came up a couple times, so let's talk about it real quick. Let me share my screen. And then I got you guys to answer why. Sometimes we never know why something is happening. It's like, I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. Like, we're just going to have to figure it out, right? Guess what? This time we don't really have to figure it out cuz it was published, okay? Um okay. This is the leave of absence and we've seen this before, right? Um And it's like, why are they scheduling the date? Isn't he on a leave of absence? Let's just go over what the leave of absence said really quick. And then I'm going to tell you what I found out. Thank you so much for coming through. Thank you to my new member. Truth is in me. Thank you, Boo. I appreciate you. So Sean filed this leave of absence that we've all been talking about for like a little minute, right? This is the corrected one. So he filed this on 328, the corrected one, stating that comes now Shawn Hoover and respectfully files an amended notification to all judges before whom he has cases pending, all affected clerk of courts, all opposing counsel that he will be on leave pursuant to Uniform State Court Rule 16.1 and respectfully files this notice of leave of absence from Superior Court and shows the court the following. This is March 28th. Let's be clear because someone's going to come in and ask, is this from today? No, we're reading it today. It's from the past. Okay. Why am I bringing up the past? Trust the process. Okay. Walk with me. Okay. Petitioner requests a leave of absence for all cases currently pending in Fulton County Superior Court assigned to him and those to which he will be assigned between the date of filing and request for leave of absence. Petitioner will be starting a specially set multi co-defendant 118 count indicted trial that is scheduled for May 5th. When was May 5th? That was 2 days ago, right? And should last through August, so the whole damn summer. Jamil Tompkins, okay? Remember this? The state versus Jamil, okay? The Honorable Judge John Helton, all this nonsense, right? A copy of the petitioner's notice of leave of absence is being um, sent to the Superior Court judge and prosecuting attorneys as evidenced by this certificate of service. So all of these, here's NESTO'S cases. He's got NESTO'S cases right here. Those are NESTO'S 3 open cases. So he's on it, right? This is what he said. Now, this is what I found out. Hold on. So I'm going to take this off the screen. Let me tell you what I found out. And I just checked NESTO'S docket. There's nothing else there, by the way. I didn't see anything else post today. Okay. This is what I found out. Y'all want to know? Y'all hit the like button for me. Hit the thumbs up if y'all want to know what is going on with Roberto. Okay? With Roberto. Let's see. Okay. Just a second. So, this particular case that he's on, I know we read about this before, but this is Atlanta Attorney General Chris Carr today announced. Now, this was the multi-count RICO, right? As indicted in a press release from the Attorney General, Chris Carr announced that 11 people would be charged in a 114 count indictment in Lawrence County. Remember we read that? Okay, this is what I found out, and this is what happened. Let me share my screen. This will explain why Sir has time. Okay. Roberto has time because guess what? Jamil Hopkins was sentenced to life plus 20 years. Jamil Tompkins, Roberto's client, baby, what does it say? Sentenced to life plus 20. Hello. Hey, guys. NESTO'S lawyer who was taking time to fight this man's case, guess what? Baby, life plus 20. All right. Where's my my breakdown? I have another breakdown. Hold on. Okay. 5 remaining defendants who are arrested last year for conspiracy to violate the Racketeering, Influence, and Corrupt Organization Act pled guilty in Superior Court on Monday. Okay. This was in the Courier Herald. Okay. Jamil Tompkins was sentenced to life plus 20. Ja'Cory Reese received 27 to serve 10. Jaquan received 30. And Askiri was sentenced to 30 to serve 14. LaQuavion Stuckey received 30, served 14. Jamil, on the other hand, got life plus 20. So sounds like Hoover's client got the worst. Okay. Cara Murray, communications director of the Office of the Attorney General, Chris Carr, said these pleas meant that all defendants in the case had been convicted and sentenced and no trial will take place in May. So for all of us nosy folk who were trying to figure out, how does Roberto have time to go to court in June? How did Roberto get time? Well, his client just got a life sentence plus 20. Okay? That's how he has time because life plus 20. Okay? Cuz all you guys were curious and I needed to find out for Bougie Gang. Bougie Gang wanted me to find out, so I said let me go ahead and find out for you guys. Let me see cuz one of these had a really good breakdown. Hold on. Girl. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Carr, that would be the Attorney General. Atlanta, Georgia. Can y'all see? Okay, very good. Atlanta, Georgia Attorney General Chris Carr today, which this was April 17th, announced that 11 members of the hybrid criminal street gang known, am I on the right year? Okay. Hybrid criminal street gang known as Money Power Loyalty pled guilty to all charges brought against them by the Attorney General's Gang Prosecution Unit. All 11 gang members were sentenced to prison, including MPL founder, 3 gang leaders, and 7 other associates. Those convicted were charged of a 114 count indictment obtained by the Attorney General's Gang Prosecution Unit January of 2024, following a multi-agency operation that resulted in the recovery of guns, drugs, including cocaine with fentanyl and fentanyl pills. Another, the indictment alleged Altogether, the indictment alleged that 11 gang members have victimized at least 55 individuals in Dublin, Lawrence County, and the surrounding areas since 2016. During this time, those convicted engaged in a multitude of shootings, most of which were intended to perpetrate against those perceived to be in opposition of them, but the majority of which involved children and other innocent people. This includes 10 such shootings with more than 45 victims. To date, Carr's Gang Prosecution Unit has convicted 13 MPL associates in Dublin. This includes the convictions of Jaswin Bell and Quintez Mercer, who committed a drive-by shooting who killed 2 and injured 5 others on March 31st, 2024. For years, this gang terrorized the community, said Carr. Now a total of 13 MPL associates are behind bars, including the founder and leader, and Lawrence County is a safer today because of it. We said we wouldn't rest until those responsible for the senseless violence were held accountable for their actions, and we kept our promise to the people of Dublin because protecting Georgians is our top priority. This case was prosecuted by Assistant Attorney General Mackenzie Gray, Lee M. Stoy, Brooklyn Franklin, the Attorney General's Gang Prosecution Unit. I'll let you can freeze that. Let's go on down to Money Power Loyalty. I'm going to skip down a little bit. I'll drop the link to this if you want to see this in total, but you guys can see what's going on here. Just stop your screen if you want to read a little bit more, okay? But I'm going to get down to Money Power Loyalty is a hybrid criminal street gang that originated in Lawrence County. MPL associates typically align with 1831 Pyrus and Roland 20s Neighborhood Bloods, which were West Coast blood sets. And this is Mr. Hoover's client right here, Jamel Tompkins, aka Slime, 25 of Dublin. Okay. Murder, aggravated assault, and other acts. All 11 defendants pled guilty of conspiracy to violate racketeer influence and conspiracy, corrupt organizations, etc., etc. Jamel pled guilty to murder of Travis Plummer, July 12th, 2020. Okay, that's what Jamel did. This is Mr. Hoover's client right here. That's why he's not busy now. So those of you guys, you asked, I researched, I found it. Okay. Jamel, baby, has been very busy. Okay. He gave a guilt. This is all for Jamel. Okay. Jamel Tompkins, 1 count of malice murder, 2 counts of felony murder, 8 counts of aggravated assault. That's why he was going to be busy to August, baby. And I'm not done. 1 count of possession of cocaine with the intent to distribute, 1 count of possession with Schedule 2 controlled substance with the intent to distribute, 1 count of possession with marijuana intent to distribute, 10 counts of violation of Street Gang Terrorism Prevention Act, 1 count of violation of racketeering influence and corrupt organizations, 1 count of conspiracy to violate RICO Act, 1 count of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, 3 counts of possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, 3 counts of criminal damage to property in the first degree, 1 count of terroristic threats. Thompson was given an aggregate sentence of life in prison with a possibility of parole, with a possibility of parole and 20 additional years. So he does have a possibility of parole when, I don't know, but also 20 years on top of that. So I almost feel like that's a not getting out sentence, but you guys tell me. Did y'all see this? Okay, I think you saw it. Okay. Okay. That's why, if you want to know why Roberto is not busy, they settled out. They did a plea agreement, and Sir pled guilty to a lot, and this is his sentence. Okay. Sir was busy over there in Dublin, Georgia, and remember, he admitted to these things, right? But has Hoover actually won a case? I mean, maybe he has, because I did. Far be it from me to want to put out false information. Far be it from me, because of course I don't want to do anything like that. Period. But I'm just wondering, does he actually litigate? Because my God, this was a hell of a case, and the person took a plea, and I get it. I just wonder who he has, because he has an array of clients. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, but his client in this Rico had the mother load of charges, and they pled out. They pled and got they went ahead and pled guilty and took what they were given, which was life sentence. Okay. He didn't need Big Hoover for that. They got a lot going on. Yeah, they seem to have a lot going on. So I wonder if that's when Sonya felt like she didn't like Hoover anymore, because he's accepting, he's I don't know what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, yes, exactly. Um is he I just had a thought. Huh. I just had a thought, guys. Okay. Cuz I'm like, hmm, didn't Nesto say, I made me think of something. I'm gonna have to write that down and do a little research. Just made me think of something. I know, it took me totally off track. I need to write it down before I'm like, you know what? I was live and I thought of something I forgot. No, I don't want to say. When I can research it, you guys, I have to ask somebody who can actually, I don't want to say. Um, I'll tell you guys eventually. I just had a thought because I was listening to some calls, and Nesto told Sonya, plus on the text message, didn't he say he wanted to talk to her? And I feel like they've spoken on tablet, but why are they not on tablet? Like, why, when I requested a tablet visit, are they not there? I'm wondering, you know how you use William Pryor, Junior Boyd. Is someone else calling? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing as using someone else's pin. Is someone else calling on? See, now I'm telling you, but you guys get the picture, right? I'm watching on YouTube too. Hey, Bougie Gang. Hey, Angelica. Hey, Boo. Don't tell us what your YouTube name is. If your YouTube name is different um from your Facebook name, don't correlate. Don't correlate. Okay. We'll just keep it cute. Just keep it Angelica here and whatever it is over there. Okay. Okay. Sonia is no longer in love with the great Hoover. Not And it seems like she doesn't like him anymore. He said when he Okay, so does that answer that question? I thought Hoover was on leave of absence. Well, think again. He was going to be busy with the big case, and then guess what happened? The people pled out, and he's not busy with the case anymore. So hopefully that answers you guys' questions about Hoover and his leave of absence. Apparently, he's not busy anymore. His client just got a life sentence plus 20. Um It just makes me wonder, are they like they're not talking on his account, but are they talking on someone else's account? Okay, so therefore I said it. I said it. I said it. Okay. Let's go back to the text messages real quick because someone called something out to my attention that I wasn't paying attention to, that maybe one of these are I don't know. Someone said to me, one of you guys thought that this maybe was the message because it's got the smiley face next to it. This might have been the one that she sent to Hoover, excuse me, Wooten. I'm not sure. Any update? Okay, please do. Can you guys see this? Nothing filed today. And no, I would never. I was lied on, but we spoke and I cleared up the facts. Sent Hoover a copy of everything, destroyed emails, no copies, not trying to be bothered, recording all communications. I'm not sure which one she's talking about. It can't be this one because 35 years of working in the legal field, never seen corrupt shit like this. This is crazy. I am no longer in Georgia. I left in March. That state is stressful. You will be taken care of. I don't see her sending this to Wooten because that has nothing to do with him. You will be taken care of. Don't worry, I'm here, just not there. This is the one with the smiley face. Is there another one with the smiley face? Let me see. I don't see anything else with the smiley face, so I'm not really sure. Um, she said she sent one with a smiley face. Good morning. Hope no lies are told today in court. All lives matter. All things living matter. I'm okay with the truth. Roswell constantly. Maybe she's talking about it couldn't have been maybe this was it. Is this what she sent to hold on. I was when I hope and sleep, but would have said this to him in person. So maybe this is what she said to sent to Wooten. Good morning. I hope no lies are told in court today. All lives matter. All things living matter. I'm okay with the truth. Roswell constantly changes the story and twists facts, lies. This system needs to change. The world needs to change. Power, money, and material gain is what destroyed this country. It's supposed to be about honesty and facts. Thanks, smiley face. I don't I almost would have rathered her sent something about the case at that point. It's like, Sonia, please don't send your foolish rhetoric, nonsense, dribble talk to the prosecutor, please. Um, I don't know if that's what she sent to Wooten. Maybe that is what. And then she says, I was one eye open sleep, but would have said this to him in person had I went. So basically, you see at the times she's sending this right around this. So maybe this is what she sent to Will Wooten and why. Why would you send this to him? Like I said, I would almost have rather had her send something about the case. She's weird. Anyway, okay, so that's that item. Someone mentioned to me that I read the comment that she sent to Wooten. I guess it just didn't register with me that that was it. Um she's nuts. Okay. Stupid. Girl, change your diet. Leave these people alone. These people are on the job, working, handling business. Why are you bothering them? Thanks for the receipts. You're welcome, baby. Thank you. Truth is became a member. Thank you for the milestone. Thank you, Boo. Okay. All right, let me find. Do you guys I guess let me pull it up and we'll kind of get to the gist of what the complaint is. It's giving old, it's giving, how can I say this? It's giving like, uh, it's giving too old. I don't care if somebody's 60. It's just giving too old. This lawsuit is crazy. This is crazy work. All right, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on here. Have you guys seen this? This is absolutely insane to me. Where's my other screen? Is this it? Okay. Y'all, do you think, I mean, they're just suing for money. This is not a criminal action, but do you, I mean, it sounds like Diddy got the playbook from Smokey. She's going to keep it up until they find a charge to fit her behavior. Absolutely. Did you guys know Smokey Robinson's name is William? And they're also suing his wife. Let's just get into some of the details. Okay, these are the parties. Okay, we'll get to the factual allegations. It's not too deep into it. I just don't. If you want to read the whole entire thing, let's see. First cause of action, plaintiff alleges the incorporation. Okay, let's try to get through a little bit of it. I'm just like this is a way too mature of a set of people and too wealthy to be going through some silly stuff like this. This is crazy. Girl, blue pill dangerous. So is this a case of liquid Viagra or Viagra? Hey, Misty Blue, how's it going? I'm late. I love it here. Going to run it back. Thank you, hun. We appreciate you too, baby. Okay, this is the Smokey Robinson lawsuit. And what are they complaints for damages, negligence, sexual battery, assault, false imprisonment? It's like coming straight from the Diddy playbook, right? Gender violence, Ralph Act, Bain Act, hostile work environment, constructive discharge in violation of FEHA, failure to pay minimum wage, failure to pay overtime, inaccurate wage statements, failure to provide rest periods, failure to provide meal periods. Okay, let's go. Grievances. This is a couple in their 80s, baby. Plaintiff Jane Doe 1 through 4 inclusive herein refers to as plaintiffs are individuals in their complaint against defendant William Smokey Robinson, aka Smokey, and Francis, herein referred to as defendants or defendants Smokey Robinson, Smokey, and Francis, and Doe's 1 through 20 and Doe's 1 through 25 inclusive complain and allege the following. What? Plaintiffs are, and at all relative times mentioned herein, individuals residing in the county of Los Angeles within the state of California. Plaintiffs are adult females suing under pseudonyms to protect their privacy because it involves sexual misconduct by defendant Smokey. Upon information and belief, Smokey Robinson and at all relevant times mentioned herein was involved doing substantial business in the county of Los Angeles within the state of California, employed the plaintiffs and each of them and caused injury and damages to them in the county of Los Angeles, state of California. Defendant William Robinson Jr. is a legendary American R&B soul singer, songwriter, record producer, former record executive, and renowned entertainer. He was the founder and frontman of the pioneering Motown vocal group, The Miracles, for which he and was also chief songwriter producer. Defendant William Robinson Jr. is best known by his stage name, Smokey. Defendant Francis, the defendant Smokey Robinson's spouse, and all and was also at times material herein, plaintiff's employer along with Smokey Robinson. The true names, identities, and capacities, whether individual, associate, corporate, or otherwise, the defendant does 1 through 25 inclusive are unknown plaintiffs who therefore sue these defendants by such fictitious names pursuant to the Code of Civil Procedure 474 when the true names and capacities of such fictitiously designated defendants are ascertained. Plaintiff will amend this complaint to insert their true names, identities, and capacities together with the proper charging allegations. Plaintiffs are informed and believe that each of the defendants sued herein are does are responsible in the manner of the event and happenings alleged in this complaint and hereby legally causing the injuries and damages legally causing the injuries and damages to the plaintiff as set forth in the complaint. Plaintiffs are informed and believe that each of the defendants herein was at times relevant hereto the agent, employee, employers, subsidiaries, parent companies, representative, co-conspirators, and of the remaining defendants, and was acting at least in part within the course and scope of such relationship. Thank you, Attitude and Tylenol. I appreciate you, hun. This court has proper jurisdiction over the action to Code of Civil Procedure 410.10. Plaintiff allege and the amount claimed is in excess of jurisdictional minimum of this court. Venue is proper in this court pursuant to Code of Civil Procedure because the location where the incident occurred was within the county of Los Angeles, California. Okay, factual allegations. Let's get to this part. Plaintiff Jane Doe 1 realleges and incorporates by reference paragraphs 1 through 10 as though set forth here in full. JD1, Jane Doe 1, began working for the defendants as a housekeeper in their Chatsworth residence on January 3rd, 2023 through February 2024, when she was forced to resign due to defendant Smokey Robinson repeated sexual assaults and sexual harassment against her in his I wonder if he's a little senile or something. What's he got going on? The first sexual assault occurred March 2023. So, I mean, damn, he would have been 83. And it continued until her forced resignation in February 2024. JDI worked on the weekends for the defendant when the rest of the staff was off. On a typical Saturday, defendant Smokey Robinson would take defendant Francis Robinson to the nail salon and would rush home, knowing he would be home alone with JD1. Upon returning home, defendant Smokey would call her into the blue bedroom, lock the door, and escort their dog Shiloh out of the room. Shiloh, you can't see. I will have showered and clothed only. He would have showered and clothed only in his underwear. Ew. He would then neatly place a white towel on the bed, not to soil the bed linens, in preparation for what was about to occur. Baby, what? It's giving ew and weird. Defendant Smokey Robinson would then begin to kiss JD1 in her mouth, neck, and breast, them titties. Then he would roughly penetrate her vagina with his fingers, orally copulate her, and proceed to penetrate her vagina with his erect penis, causing her great pain. An 83-year-old? Defendant Smokey enjoyed coming in her private place without a condom. Wow. I'm trying to keep it cute because I didn't know this was gonna get so nasty. JD1 would protest and resist his sexual assaults, but to no avail. In a desperate attempt to get him to stop his sexual assaults, she would proclaim, "You're married." And he would casually just ignore. He was trying to handle that business. Hold on a second. Let me put up a picture of Smokey and Francis. Hold on a second. Baby, this is nasty. What is wrong with these people who have nice people to work in their homes to help them manage what's going on? Smokey Robinson and Francis. So he would run Francis to the nail shop and come home quickly because he was trying to get back so he could play with one of the housekeepers. I'm in shock. Smokey, say it ain't so, sir. I need to get a nice picture. Hold on. All right, let me get a good picture. Frances looks like she has a whole new face. Hold on. Look at Frances. Why do I want to say, ooh, I don't care what they say about the end. I don't care what they do. I don't care about anything else but being with you, being with you, being with you. Ooh, being with you. I don't care about anything else but being with you, being with you, being with you. Oh my God. Okay, let's get back to it. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Smokey, what were you doing? This is Paw Paw. So he runs her over to the nail shop. She goes and gets her nice little, very classy, short French manicure. She got her little Fendi top on, Gucci belt, hair done. Everyone's got their fresh facelifts, giving facelift chic and veneers. My God. Okay. All right. You want to know if it was Liquid V or Cialis? I don't know, but she says she would say something and he would just casually ignore. Okay. All right. These are all allegations. Let me drop my banner. Smokey, we're just reading the allegations. I'm sure you've heard about it by now. This should not be a surprise. Anybody from the Smokey Robinson camp, if you happen to be here, you probably shouldn't. But this is what the word on the street is, Mr. Smokey. Um, hold on. Being with you. Look at Smokey. I cannot with Smokey over out here doing all the things. He's over here with Bruce Springs. Look at Bruce Springsteen, y'all. Smokey with fresh facelift. Okay. Ooh, goodness. That makeup. Come on, come through Smokey with the green eyes. Okay. Smokey got the green eyes. Let me see what you guys are saying. I just cannot believe that someone is out here suing him. But let's try to get through this, okay? This is crazy. This is crazy. I cannot with this. I cannot, and I don't want to say I can't take it seriously. It's just hard. It's hard. It's hard to take this seriously because, sir, what are you doing? You will go run your wife to the nail shop. to come home and to play with one of the housekeepers? Sir, how dare you? Okay. Uncle Smokey needs to have several seats. Okay. France is probably ready for him to meet his maker. Okay. Girl. Wasn't that the duet with him and Rick James? Was that him and did they sing Ebony Eyes together? Hold on. I bet you didn't know that Ebony Eyes. I love you. I bet you didn't know that, girl. I really need you. I need you. I bet you didn't know that Ebony Eyes. Your lips tender and soft. Smokey done got busted out here. Okay, let me stop. It's not karaoke time. You don't remember Ebony Eye? Girl, that was a jam. I mean, I'm sure all of us were very poquito at the time. How girl, that song is from 1983. Okay, I don't even know how I remember it, but I have a very random recall of Rick James songs in my head. Don't ask me how, but I just do. Okay, let's get back into it. Let's get back serious. Rick James is gone. Rest in peace. Smokey, what were you doing? The allegation said you were out here being real nasty, sir. Okay. Okay. They now look, we're over here on line 4. Okay. Can y'all see? Yes. Okay. It said that he enjoyed coming in her private area without a condom. JD1 would protest and resist his sexual assaults, but to no avail. In a desperate attempt to get him to stop his sexual assaults, she would proclaim, "You're married," to which he would casually ignore. Defendant Smokey Robinson sexually assaulted JD1 in the manner of at least 7 times. In that matter, at least 17 times. The last assault occurred February 17th, 2024, prompting her forced resignation on February 24th. JD1 was unwilling to report to defendant Smokey Robinson's unlawful acts to the authorities due to her fear of losing her livelihood, familial reprisal, public embarrassment, shame, and humiliation to her and her family, and possible adverse effect on her immigration status, as well as being threatened and intimidated by defendant Smokey Robinson's well-recognized celebrity status and influential friends and associates. Defendant Francis Robinson failed to take appropriate corrective action to prevent defendant Smokey's deviant misconduct against JD1, despite having full knowledge of his prior acts of sexual misconduct, having settled cases with other women that suffered and experienced similar sexual assaults perpetrated by Smokey. Defendant Francis Robinson also perpetrated a hostile work environment by regularly screaming at JD1 in a hostile manner, using ethnically pejorative words and language. During JD1's employment with the defendant, she worked 10 hours per day, 3 days per week, Saturday through Monday. Okay, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday. At a rate of $18 an hour. They failed to pay minimum wage or pay overtime wage for the hours worked in excess of 8 hours, nor provided rest or lunch breaks. She would often work holiday and for the defendants without being paid a holiday rate. Defendants also failed to provide JD1 wage statements for the hours worked. Jane Doe 2. Plaintiff Jane Doe 2 realleges and incorporates by reference paragraphs 1 through 9 as those set forth herein in full. JD2 began working for the defendants as a housekeeper at their Chatworth residence in or about May 2014 through February 2020, when she was forced to resign due to the defendant Smokey's repeated sexual assaults and sexual harassment against her. Defendant Smokey's brutal sex advances were constant and even predictable throughout her employment with the defendants. Defendant Smokey Robinson's sexual assaults began in the later part of 2016 when they were home alone. He would text message her asking her to meet him in areas of the Chatworth residence where closed circuit cameras were not located. He would then summon her to either the laundry room or the garage where there were no cameras. When arriving, he would immediately grab her and begin to penetrate her vagina with his fingers, causing her excruciating pain, and then would proceed to grape. Defendant Smokey Robinson also forced her into the blue bedroom and make her perform oral sex on his erect sausage. What should I say? Peen? His member. Therefore, he would proceed his dick. Therefore, he would proceed to forcibly penetrate her with his erect penis without using a condom. He would enjoy coming all over JD2's face. That's so nasty. My God. Much of his satisfaction and her much to his satisfaction and her abject humiliation. Gross. Defendant Smokey Robinson sexually assaulted her in this manner for at least 23 different occasions. Defendant Smokey Robinson would threaten her that if she refused to have sex with him, he would make defendant Frances Robinson be mean to her, which she was very capable of being. So that was the threat. My wife's going to be mean to you. Wouldn't she be mean to me if she found out that I was giving you my stuff, or that you were taking it rather? JD2 was unwilling to report defendant Smokey Robinson unlawful acts to the authorities due to the fear of losing her livelihood, familial reprisals, public embarrassment, shame, humiliation to her family, possible adverse effect on her immigration status, as well as being threatened and intimidated by defendant Smokey Robinson, a well-recognized celebrity status, and influential friends and associates. Defendant Frances Robinson failed to take the appropriate corrective action to prevent defendant Smokey's deviant misconduct against JD2, despite having full knowledge of his prior acts of sexual misconduct, having settled cases with other women who suffered and experienced similar assaults perpetuated by him. Defendant Frances Robinson also perpetuated a hostile work environment. They're basically saying the same thing. She worked for $10 an hour, y'all. Increased to $12. They failed to pay minimum or overtime wages for the hours worked, including in excess of 8 hours, no lunch break, no rest break, no holidays. Okay, let's keep going. Jane Doe 3. Jane Doe 3 alleges, so she says line 11, I'm skipping because some of these things are repeating. JD3 says she worked as defendant's housekeeper at the Chatsworth residence from 2012 to 2024. She was there for 12 years. Smokey's repeated sexual assaults and sexual harassment against her. So he was trying to bust down all the housekeepers. Defendant Smokey repeatedly sexually harassed, assaulted, and raped JD3 during most of her entire employment with the defendants. Mr. Robinson forced her into the blue room where he would perform his ritual of exiting the bathroom nude and wearing only underwear after showering. It sounds like he trained Diddy. I mean, it sounds like the same type of Diddy stuff. And then carefully placing a towel on the bed not to soil the linens for what was about to occur. He would then disrobe JD3 and then orally copulate her. Then he would force her to lie face down on the towel so that he could penetrate her vagina with his erect penis from the rear. Jesus. Defendant Smokey Robinson repeatedly raped JD3 in this manner for at least 20 times. At least 20. On one occasion in this manner at least 20 times. So there's probably more, but in that manner 20. On one occasion when JD3 resisted his advances, defendant Smokey offered JD3 $500. Come on now. To allow him to orally copulate her, but she refused the offer. When not attempting to penetrate her vagina, defendant Smokey Robinson would make unwanted advances against her, touching her breasts, vagina, kissing her on her neck and her mouth. JD3 resigned from her position with the defendants on April 22nd, 2024, due to defendant Smokey continual sex assaults, hostile work environment, and she experienced daily. JD3 was unwilling to report for the same reasons that they listed for everybody else. She was making $18 an hour. She worked 6 days a week. Bad. Defendant Francis failed to take the appropriate corrective actions. Hostile work environment, same allegations. Defendant 4 from 06 to 2024. She's a longtime employee. She says defendant Smokey Robinson first sexually assaulted her in 2007 when she accompanied him to his Las Vegas home. While there and alone with him, defendant Smokey Robinson forced her into the bedroom. Forced her in the bedroom and raped her. The sexual assaults continued there and other places in or about mid 2019. Why is she going out of town with the boss? Like, why didn't Miss Francis go with her husband? I wonder if they were setting up these people. Look at Smokey. When was this posted? This April 4th of this year. He looks like he has on lipstick, y'all. That you see. Oh my God. I didn't know which one was which for a second. Did he post a picture of him and Francis? I'm giving you the side eye right now, Smokey. Okay, he's doing a tour now, guys. Okay. This is what Smokey got going on. Okay, let's get back to Jane Doe 4. Jane Doe 4 was working from 2006 to 2024. So long time employee, 18 years, it seems like, somewhere about that. Defendant Smokey first sexually assaulted her in 2007 when she accompanied him to the Las Vegas home where he forced her into a bedroom and raped her. The sexual assault continued there and in other places. In and about mid 2019, JD4 was asked by defendant, didn't any of the housekeepers talk? Like, I wonder if they're like, girl, don't go upstairs to the blue room. Like, that's don't do that. Because I mean, he sounds like he had some very definite go-tos, like the blue room, being off camera, things of that nature. Sexual assaults continued in other places. In mid 2019, JD4 asked by the defendant, Smokey Robinson, to accompany him to a temporary residence in Bell Canyon to clean. While cleaning the master bedroom, defendant Smokey Robinson showered and returned to the room naked with an erect penis. My God. He then proceeded to pull back the sheets and carefully place the towel down to not soil the bed linens for what was about to occur. He then began to kiss her breast, neck, and proceed to orally copulate her and then rape her. Defendant Smokey Robinson would often create a situation or seize an opportunity where he would be alone with JD4 at the Chatsworth residence when the other housekeepers would leave the residence. Defendant Smokey Robinson would summon her to his blue room while sitting naked on his bed. He would then lock the door and place the towel down. Well, I would want to know why my husband kept disappearing in the house and the housekeepers nowhere to be found. Like, was it always because Miss Francis was gone? After doing so, he would pull JD4's clothes off and against her protestations, push her down on the bed and proceed to rape. Defendant Smokey Robinson never used a condom during sexual assaults, ejaculating into JD4's vagina and withdrawing and ejaculating all over her body with much to his satisfaction and her abject humiliation. This is so nasty. Defendant Smokey Robinson would also constantly admire and touch JD4's breasts, kiss her neck, and force his tongue into her mouth. His sexual harassment and assaults continued to the very day she decided to resign her employment with the defendants. Mm-mm-mm. She was getting paid $15 an hour, y'all, working 6 days a week. Okay. Um, as a direct and proximate result of defendant Robinson's actions pled herein, plaintiff suffered and continues suffering economic damages as well as severe emotional and physical harm, humiliation, distress, embarrassment, and anxiety as a result of defendant Smokey Robinson's conduct in an amount greatly exceeding the jurisdiction maximum of the court and subject to the proof at the time of the trial, but in the sum not less than $50 million. Defendant Smokey Robinson's conduct was willful, wanton, malicious, conscious disregard for plaintiff's rights, privacy, feelings. As such, punitive damages are warranted. So first cause of action was the negligence. The second cause of action, sexual battery. Where did I skip third? Third was the assault. Fourth cause of action, false imprisonment. Fifth cause of action, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Negligent infliction of emotional distress. Six, gender violence. Eighth cause of action, Ralph Act. What is the Ralph Act? During their scope of employment, defendant violated plaintiff's rights to be free from threat of violence or intimidation or threat of violence. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and on that basis, alleges defendant Smokey Robinson threatened plaintiffs with violence because they were females and were alone with him when the threats and acts of violence occurred. Uh, the Bain Act. What do you think about this? Is this going to go away or is this going to go to court? What are you guys thinking about this? I mean, I guess they're going to come out with the names as needed, but what do you guys think about this? I mean, I don't want to say that this is nothing new, but I almost feel like in light of what we have going on in court right now with Diddy and a lot of some of this really nasty behavior by some of these wealthy men, I think the shocker obviously is that he, at this point in his life, let's just say from somewhere in his 60s to now his 80s, it seems like they're alleging that in the last 20 years, Smokey, and he probably, if he was doing it in the last 20 years, baby, he might have been doing it before, but at least in the last, let's say, 15 years to the not so distant past, has been sexually assaulting female workers at his home. And knowing what we know about Diddy, is definitely very possible. And this kind of stuff does happen. And let's also be serious. There's so much entertainment content revolving around like boss and secretary. That's why people had to get straight on proper conduct in work. You know what I mean? That it's not okay just because you have an attractive female employee to hit on your employees, right? Or housekeeper, domestic personnel, working in the intimate parts of your home and thinking it's okay to come out and you've got your penis out, or that it's okay to help yourself to somebody's body. So I totally believe it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a whole segment of porn that includes these type of scenes with boss and secretary, worker and homeowner, housekeepers and maids. We've been seeing this for a long time. There's fetishes around that stuff. I can totally believe that this guy would be into something like that, just from a standpoint of, you know like y'all said, them blue pills. It could be some blue pill behavior. Absolutely disgusting. And then I think, and I'm sorry to say this, I'm just surprised the pay was so low. Housekeeping is not easy work for all of us that pretty much do it for free. Um, and you have to go and earn a living, and this guy's a rich guy and he's paying 15, 16, $18 an hour. You couldn't get Molly over there for that much. You'd be paying. So I guess they thought they were going to pay people 15, 10, and $18 an hour and also be able to help themselves. Like, that's ridiculous. This is crazy. Low wages, sexual harassment. It's best that they go ahead and try to cut some checks. I don't know if how much he's worth. Well, let's see what they say he's worth. Let's see what we can figure out. Smokey Robinson net. Girl, he should be able to cover it. They say $150 million, baby. He should be able to cut the check right now. Okay, look at Francis. Okay, he should be able to cut the check right now. My beautiful wife Francis and I share the same birthday today. Oh, that's nice. You shouldn't have been doing what you were doing, sir. Look at Francis trying to just wear a blazer and a bra. Look at that. Okay, Francis. Smokey, you were doing too much, sir. Ooh. Smokey's sitting up there doing way too much. Unnamed housekeeper suing R&B singer Smokey Robinson for $50 million. I don't know what to say. I can believe it. I don't know if it's true or not, but I'm going to just go with I can believe it. That's what I'll say. I can believe it. It's possible. Anything can happen. Um, there are way too many men out here who think that they can help themselves to whatever they want, including someone who's not interested. Smokey's willing to settle out of court for $3,500. I'm sure he is. Cut the check, sir. Cut the check. Okay, what else did I have for you guys? Hold on, so let me see. I feel like I had some more stuff. I'm sure as soon as I hang up, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to do this or that. Um, all right, let me take this off the screen. Okay. Okay. He needs to sit his old ass down. Let me drop the link if anybody wants to talk about anything. Does anybody have any questions for me? Guys, if you're just now coming in, it's not your imagination. We've been off from members and mods chat since Christmas-ish, and we'll be back on members and mods on Wednesdays. Okay? So just so you know, that's what that is. We're back. Not the putty cat bandit, okay? Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down. In just a little bit, but I drop the link if anyone has any questions, we want to talk about anything. And I'm going to come back a little bit later. And still collecting royalties, I'm sure. He's made a lot of money, right? He record executive, everything. I looked up Barry Gordy's age today. I was shocked that he's 95, y'all. And alive, right? I mean, it's sad when you need your job, and it's possible that they were preying on people who didn't have certain immigration status. So maybe they were preying upon people who they thought would take their shit because number one, maybe they felt like they had to, or because these are people who are rich and have money and could make shit up. I don't know, girl. It's sad. And then you start to make a check and you need the money. And can you believe Barry Gordy's still alive, girl? Barry Gordy, 95. That's crazy, right? Yeah, but it sounds like they have round the clock folk up in the house. Smokey, his first wife. Girl, when you're 85, he could have done a 40. He could have done a 30 and a 40. You know what I'm saying? He might have done a 25 and a 40-year situation with. Let's see. So Claudette, he was married to her from 1959 to 1986. He got with Frances in 2002. So he's been with Frances Gladney since married her in 2002, and he was with so Claudette, he was with 37. Let me do a Nesto. Damn. Oh, Jesus. Is that right? A long time. Is that 27 years? 69, 79. Yeah, 27 years maybe. Almost 30 years he spent with Claudette. And her name is Claudette Rogers Robinson, born in 1942. He married her in 59, and she was born in, my God, she was born in 42, and she married him in 59. So she was what, 17? And he was born in 29. Was he born in 29? Oh, she's 82. He's 85. Okay. And maybe he was born in 1938. Let me tell you something. They were getting married early. So yeah, they got married. They were young. This is him with Claudette. Oh, so she was in the Miracles too? Was she? I don't know. She's cute. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. This was fun. I hope you guys had a nice lunch. This is why I remain alone, because these men are sickening. Even cadavers fuck around. Isn't that awful? Oh, so you lost your husband. Um, I mean, to me, if you've had a, I don't know. I mean, it's nice to have a friend or something, but I don't know how motivated I would be if I lost my husband in those type of circumstances to want to do it again. I probably would say no. I think marriage is wonderful, but I don't know you know what I'm saying, at this point in my life on forward, I don't know that I would be motivated to seek out something else. I'd probably be like, just dedicated to my daughter and, the future, supporting her in her future. You know what I mean? So I feel you on that. If I were younger, you know what I mean? Maybe, but yeah, I feel you on that. Smokey Robinson is gross. I didn't even read the whole thing. I'll post it to Patreon. I'll send you guys the link. All you have to do is just opt in for a free member and you can read it if you want to. But that was the highlights. That was actually the lowlights of the matter. It's pretty gross. He should be ashamed of himself. I would be very embarrassed if that was my dad. It's gross. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to hold y'all. I think I'm going to try to take some of this time and get my bedroom together because, baby, it's a mess. Get my bedroom together and try to do a little, like they say, a little of something is better than a whole lot of nothing. So I'm going to try and do a little something and make my bedroom look nicer. So my husband comes home, he's got, it looks nice when he walks into the bedroom. So let me try and do a little something, something. So before I got to go pick up Farah. So anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. If there's anything else, I'm sure I'm going to think of like 10 things I wanted to talk to you about when I hang up, and time permitting, I will definitely be back. Oh, good. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later. I'll talk to you guys again soon. You guys have a good afternoon. Bye, guys. Yeah, I feel you on that. I think if I definitely feel you on that. I think that's justified. You know, I mean, also you're happy, right? You're happy. Um yeah. That's definitely a topic we definitely don't talk about enough, but you know, yeah, I completely agree. I probably would do the exact same thing if I were in the same set of circumstances. So I feel you on that. But I'm so sorry for your loss. I really am. I hope you guys have a wonderful afternoon. I'm gonna come back. I just need to kind of get myself together. Um, and see what else. I had a lot of other stuff to talk to you guys about, but I just need to get my head together. But I also need to get my bedroom together. So let me handle that business, and I will see you guys a little bit later. Okay. You guys take care, and we will talk again soon. Bye, guys.